Please hold your applause. Ashlyn Marr. And I think you have a group as well, so please introduce yourselves.
I have a copy of the information I'm going to present. I'll give it to Ms. Neal.
I'm sorry, do you have a group?
Yes.
Please come up and introduce yourselves.
Tony Tucktrop.
Dale Munholland, AP US History teacher at Arvada High School, father of 2 Jeffco students.
Brad Boyle, Chatfield Senior High.
Ms. Marr, the people who signed up were Dylan Robinson-Ruitt, Tim Palaz, Hannah Sun, and Durston Strock.
Yeah, well, we were unaware of the new institution of the rule that the same individual cannot go up as part of a group more than once during a public comment. So these people support us just as much as the people that signed up with me do.
I'm sorry, Ms. Marr, you will have to speak as an individual, and you'll have 2 minutes.
If I only have 2 minutes, then I really do request that you read all of the information that I'm presenting to you.
Absolutely.
Because I have a PowerPoint presentation, and I don't know if I can get through that in 2 minutes. And just so you know, I spent over 24 hours on this, so.
Mr. Witt, why don't you at least split the difference? I mean, this is one of our Jeffco students who wants to present to the board. I think that we could at least compromise in this case and split the difference in terms of time.
You have 2 minutes as an individual speaker. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
We are the Jeffco Students for Change. I am Ashlyn Marr. Tonight, we would like to call your attention to the results of a survey we sent out to Jefferson County employees on April 20th. The purpose of the survey was to gauge district morale and see what the prevalent issues in the district are, as well as hear suggestions of how to fix these problems. The total amount of respondents we had were 1,238 Jefferson County employees. You can see on the screen the percentages of each of the positions that these people held. This is most definitely a statistically significant sample because it is above 10% of the district's employees of 11,000. So we ask that you most definitely pay attention to these statistics. This was one of the first questions on the survey. Do you feel valued as a district employee? 84% of survey respondents do not feel valued. Every employee should feel valued, and this is Teachers Appreciation Week, and so I thought this would be a great chance to show how much we appreciate them. I want to give a shout out to all the teachers who have tried to support me and my students in doing this. This next question, are you happy with the current Board of Education and the decisions they are making? 97.4% said no. We had 3 respondents who were unsure and two respondents who said yes. So congratulations, you guys have a 1.02% approval rating. So although this is a smaller sample size because it was a voluntary question, or it was an optional question, the margin of error is only 2% because although I ran a 95% confidence test, I am in AP statistics, the data was so skewed that it didn't sway the margin of error. So, do you support the district's newly proposed compensation model that would pay newly hired teachers more than teachers currently in the district? I think this slide speaks for itself. 96.4%. There's nothing surprising about this statistic. Teachers who have worked in the district for a long time should be paid thusly. Mr. McMenemy, this one is for you. Do you have confidence in Dan McMenemy as superintendent of Jeffco Public Schools? As the link between teachers and the board, it is important that teachers have confidence in the way you represent them. The good news, shown by these statistics, is that you have the opportunity to prove to those undecided 24% that they should have confidence in you. Actions speak louder than words.
Your time is up in 2 minutes.
Yes. Thank you very much. Our next group is Tim Police. Tim Police.
Good evening. I'm Katya Carlson of Green Mountain High School.
Gabrielle Bueno, GSA Club President at Chatfield Senior High School.
Kaylin Shear, GSA member at Chatfield High School.
Tiffany Garnett, GSA member of Chatfield High School.
Matilda Shear, GSA member at Chatfield High School.
Maria Ali, GSA member at Chatfield Senior High School.
Tim, before you begin, the people who signed up to be in your group are Hannah Sun,
Oh, no.
Kayla
Not
Madrid.
again.
Ms. Dahlkemper, please.
Mr. Witt,
Connor
we serve
Cheadle and
students.
Dylan Robinson
You're not
Ruitt.
gonna pull this again,
Uh,
really.
We need to make certain that we follow the rules with sign-ups because they apply to everyone.
Mr. Witt, you as chair,
including
let me
the
remind
students.
you what our board policy
No.
says. If you haven't seen it, you as board chair have the opportunity to make a decision to allow students of our school district to speak. And
Thank you, Ms.
frankly,
Dahlkemper.
I think they have something to say.
Thank you,
I
Ms.
think you could
Dahlkemper.
allow them, you know what?
Is Hannah
You
Sun
can
here?
allow them the courtesy of speaking, Mr. Witt.
Mr. Police, you have 2 minutes as an individual
I
speaker.
apologize for the mix-up. I was again uninformed, so I guess, like the student before me, I shall once again be censored by this Board of Education as my time is cut, despite the fact that students have been allowed to proxy before.
Mr. Witt, please, let him speak for 5 minutes. It's the least you can do. Let him speak for 5 minutes.
It is important that we follow the rules of sign-up, and we will continue to enforce them.
Witt,
Mr. Police, you have 2
these are
minutes as an
students
individual
from
speaker.
our Gay Straight Alliance, and if you truly believe in diversity, and you truly believe in all
Dahlkemper, I
students,
truly believe the rules apply to everyone.
then why don't you? Mr. Witt, listen.
Ms.
if you
Neal,
believe-
2 minutes for an
if
individual
you believe
speaker.
in diversity, allow
Continue.
our students to speak and show some respect. You're the chair of the Board of Education.
And that's why I expect respect to the process.
Let these kids speak.
Just a clarifying question, how long will I be allowed to speak? Will I be given the full 5 minutes?
2
or shall I
minutes.
be censored?
You have 2 minutes for
Thank you.
individual
I shall try
speaker.
to shorten my speech. Anyone who wants to hear my full speech, please join me in the lobby after public comment.
And please do submit it to the desk if you feel like there's material you did not cover.
Hello, my name is Tim Pillais. In the past, I've had the honor of addressing this board as a member of Jeffco Students for Change, something I am grateful for and will continue to do in the future. However, tonight, I will address this board on a much more personal level as Tim Pillais, a high school student saddened by the recent discriminatory remarks posted. Today, we gathered outside the building in silence. That silence was to portray the silence of millions of LGBTQ students felt throughout this country. That silence was supposed to be heard on April 17th. April 17th was the day of silence, a day to pay tribute to all those who feel the silence that I once did, to all those who have been so scared that they had to put on a face to hide the waterfall of tears coming down because they had to fight back the very person they are, because they felt wrong. And for the countless others who still feel the that grip of oppressive silence that binds them down in ways no one can see, keeping them quiet and forbidding their existence, forcing them into a life of lying to themselves every day when they wake up, and the fear they see when they look at their own reflections. Day of silence is for them, so that as long as we live in silence, they are not alone, and we stand with them. Unfortunately, I will have to cut the next part of my speech. Today, I brought with me some gifts for the Board of Education regarding discrimination. First is the U.S. Department of Education's non-discriminatory notice. Second is Title 20 of the Education Amendments of 1927. Third, Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act. I encourage the board to read them. On April 15th, the solidarity of Day of Silence was desecrated when Board of Education member Julie Williams posted on her Facebook an article by a known hate group instructing everyone to not go to school, something she was supposedly against back in September, once again breaking the fragile trust between this Board of Education and its increasingly alienated student body. But
Thank you,
this
Mr.
time,
Police.
She did not just betray the trust of the students she's supposed to have.
Thank you,
in
Mr.
this board.
Police.
She directly violated the safety and
Mr.
our
Police.
safety and my feeling of personal safety. Ms. Williams, school is supposed to be a safe place. It is not a place It is not a place we are supposed to feel scared of who we are. It is not a
Mr.
place
Police, the
where we
rules
have
apply to
put
you
on
as
a
well.
mask. It is not a place where we should feel isolated, alone, frightened, betrayed, or oppressed. It is not a place where students should feel bullied by adults, the only people they can look up to. Sadly, a lot of children will never feel human in their own skins, their own homes, and with their own families.
Thank you.
But school,
Mr. Cameron?
school is supposed to be safe.
Is Don Cameron here?